Today I wanted to talk to you about casts. How do you know if that cast is the right fit for you? And how do you know if that cast could potentially lead to stiff fingers? The general rule is if it's not immobilized, you want to move it. So if your fingers are free, you want to move your fingers. If your elbow is free, you want to move your elbow. If your shoulder is free, you get the idea. Oftentimes when people hurt their wrist, they don't move anything. It's really important that a cast allows for mobility of your fingers. Some doctors will make a cast that you can't remove. Some will send you to therapy so that you can actually get a removable cast like the one that I have here. The key to a proper fitting wrist cast or wrist brace is that your fingers can move. So notice in this cast that my fingers can completely move down and completely move up. I can at least touch the tip of my index, my middle, my ring, and my small. Sometimes if the cast is a little thick, you might have a little bit of a hard time getting to the small finger and the ring finger. Oftentimes I see where the cast has been made a little bit high. If you can see the crease, that means I can move the knuckles. That's where your metacarpal heads are at. If you can't see them and your cast is up too high, what happens is you can't move your metacarpals, or also known as your knuckles. So then if you have a cast on for 4 to 6 weeks or a wrist brace on for 4 to 6 weeks, and you've only been able to do this the whole time, what happens is you're only able to do this when you get out of the cast. And then unfortunately, the small ligaments, they get tight if there's no movement. And if there's no movement or very little movement, they will get tight and they can feel like concrete. It is so important to make sure that when you're in a cast, that the cast clears your crease. This crease is known as your distal palmar flexion crease, to allow for mobility of the knuckles and to allow for mobility of the fingers. There are some exceptions, and sometimes casts are made up a little high. Those can be known as intern casts. So you may want to ask your doctor about that. So I hope this video is helpful for those that have a cast on. I'm gonna make another video here about what exercises to do when you're in the cast to prevent finger stiffness. Like this video, subscribe to Virtual Hand Care. Thanks for watching.